Alrighty everyone, welcome back. I am Trooper 6 here on Pungo Paints. Alright, we are continuing the Khornate Night Lord. So, we're just really going to jump on in here. We're going to go with black on here, just screw it. I know it's already kind of a dark model, and we got this light here, and then we're going to get silver, some copper in here, dark iron with some gold. And my gut's just telling me to just do it black, and then we can dry brush probably some, why not some gray over it. So, and I could have cheated with it too. I could have just been like, you know what? We're just going to put shade oil on there, and it'll pull in the recesses of all that, and let the gray just shine through on all the raised points. And you know what? We're not here to cheat that much. Nothing wrong with that, though. It's not a bad idea now that I really have aired it. But however, as you can see, we're just going for it. Bow, 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 bow. Music change, by the way. We're not on Nine Inch Nails anymore. I got to hear Sanctified, and I was like, you know what? Alright. After this one, it seems like a good time to change it up. So right now, we're on Pussifer. The Remedy. If I remember correctly, when I just looked at it, so I wasn't paying too much attention. I believe the next song is from Smashing Pumpkins. So we'll see. We might change it before that comes up. I'm trying to get in there, even though you won't see too much of that gray. Like I said, we're just trying to be thorough. Because when it gets onto the turntable, yeah, you're not really gonna see anything anyway. Alright. So yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. I did go ahead and more or less finish that other leg. I just kind of did the the sole of it. Got the trim work on that done. I left part of the thigh unpainted so that when I put it on there, we can paint it and feel like we did something. So let's get out the true copper, and this one has a mixing ball in it. I didn't do that, came that way, so excuse me. I think that's pretty awesome. It wasn't a part of one of the sets that I got. None of these have a mixing ball in there, and they came together in a set. So that kind of is what it is. Yeah. A little easier for me to reach across on that one. Alright, let's get in there and do this. That copper. I'm honestly not sure if you'll be able to tell the difference on the tone of it. You might once the shade oil goes on and darkens everything. Should be interesting to see if that even works. Alright. And the rest of this is just going to be gunmetal. That's going to be iron. And you know what? We could just jump to the iron now that we got that copper out of the way. Whew, boy. What a day. I don't even know what time it is anymore. 1:45. Okay. What in the world did I say I was going to do? The silver? No, I said I was going to do the iron. We'll do the silver. That's the problem, is because I keep forgetting there's so many other pieces that jumping around like that, your metal, or not just your metal, but any of the paints seem to dry up on you. and then you just end up wasting it, and I don't like that. Although I've had these paints for a few years now and haven't wasted anything, haven't really run out of much yet. Alright, so we're just going to go in with some gunmetal, because that's honestly all we need. I don't want to go with anything too bright. The gunmetal is already bright enough. And I'm having to use my fine, tiny detail brush to do all this, which is necessary. I swear, anytime I think of that word, I can't help but think of the movie Dodgeball. And when people are just like, it's necessary, and I have to literally almost bite my tongue or bite my lip to keep myself from crying out, necessary? Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? But as I've seen in the past, not a lot of people get the references that I say, so blurting crap like that out would only serve to confuse them, which, don't get me wrong, that is very fun on my part. I love throwing people for a loop, and they just go, what the hell are you on about? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. If you didn't get it, then it's not my place to explain it all. But necessary always gets me, man. Always gets me. I'm trying really hard not to blotch any of this. Usually something this fine detail, I have it like up close to my face while I hold my breath. The sniper technique. All right, we're also gonna do these hoses as silver. And if anyone can hear in the background, music change has happened again. Still the same lead singer. So we got Maynard out there, but this is a perfect circle. And no, it's just another single. If anybody has problems with stuff like that, I do every now and then. People are like, "Oh yeah, I listen to this band." Really, do you? Is it just the singles that you listen to? However, that can be very hypocritical of me, because there are some bands that I enjoy listening to. However, it's mainly just their singles, because I haven't really enjoyed much of the other stuff. Neither here nor there. Doesn't matter. Let's get this bad boy going. Necessary? I swear. It'll pop out of my head eventually. Maybe. No promises. No promises at all, man. You know what? Let's do this part. Let's do this silver, and we can do the rest of that stuff. Bronze. Or maybe even copper again. I try to be careful with putting my coppers and my silvers, or my bronzes or golds or whatever have you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's an eyesore, putting certain metals together. Just like I wouldn't necessarily put silver on white. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes. Come on, come on. There you go, thank you. Look at all that, yeah, so that's nice and silver. We might as well do that little grenade right there. Oh, a little too much. I have painted them green in the past before, just to mix it up. And I really could throw a different color in there for once, but yeah, meh. Let's keep it silver, keep it basic. We'll get fancy one day. But I looked at my videos, it looks like we're already Hour and a half in. And not bad considering. Really, I thought this would take me a lot longer. But the model is still young. So we'll see. But since I've got that gunmetal out, I'm going to jump over here to the arm. And we're going to hit this up. I should have done the copper first for those bullets in there. But it's okay. Well, for the bolters, my bad. Do not strike me down. And I let YouTube get away from me for a second, and now Avatar is about to play, which I love, but I've already listened to a lot of it today, so most likely going to change it here in a minute. And man, I've been slacking. I have not gotten their new album. Yeah. With prioritizing money and everything, it's kind of whatever. But we're going to pause for a second so that I can actually choose something. And what are we going to do? Let's go back to the menu real quick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, folks, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Don't bother telling me. By the time I read it, the episode will already be out. How about some Queens of the Stone Age? I think I lost my headache. That title alone had me interested. I was like, what is this? Okay. Gunmetal. And it still kills me that I'm not going to be able to go see Foo Fighters. Saw them already in Camden, New Jersey. Told you guys that story before. So fun. It was so fun. Turn. Thank you. Yeah, and this is not just any old recording, or the studio recording. I mean, they are in a studio right now, but this is more or less a live recording. I think this is from the live from the basement. Yeah, this is Queens of the Stone Age from the basement. Very interesting stuff. I love it when bands do things like this. I first discovered something like this when it came to Foo Fighters, actually, and they did one of their albums in its entirety. I want to say it was Wasting Light. I want to say. It's been a while. I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, they did the whole album there, and that was fantastic. I wish bands would do that more often, just to even just promote the new thing that you got. Like, hey, we got a new album, and here's what it sounds like. Then again, I guess you just listen to the album for free, and now you're not going to buy it, which is also stupid. Everybody's going to buy that. Everyone's going to buy that. Or at least the people who want it. Let's do the hoses on the helmet, because why not? Get under there, even though that is never visible. And I've done it on so many models, especially on these Chaos models. Their heads just fill the armor so much to where you're not seeing under it. So it's almost a waste of paint and time to do it, but I mean, hell, why not be a little more thorough? Every now and then you see the neck. That's why I still do the neck. And there have been models where I made sure I did everything I could. And when I finally put the head on there, I was like, well, Jesus, man. Half my work is covered. We'll do those hoses like, we'll make them iron, because why the hell not? But we'll make these connectors silver. Get a little bit of paint, just a little. Oh man, we're pretty tired today. I hope y'all have more energy than me. I don't know what's up. I think I slept okay. But yeah, we're a little bit tired today. Drank two cups of coffee and try to stave off any headache that might come my way. So we should be okay. Usually I have like a Monster or something just to make sure. I try not to do that. Those things are terrible for you. Terrible for me, particularly. You know what? We're going to do this vent right here because those other vents are going to be silver too. Almost forgot that I was trying to record that. Oh man. Yeah, get all up in there. And get all that fun stuff. Okay. And then yeah, still got to do those hoses too. Jeez, man. Sometimes I forget about some of these details, and I'm like, good Lord, why did I do this? I'm like, oh, right, because I fucking love it. And you know, something just popped in my head. There was a wonderful person in the comments of my videos. Honestly, I'm sorry, man. I'm forgetting your tag name there. I want to say maybe it's J-Dog. I don't know. I can look it up after I'm done with this. Either way, he'd asked what was my, I guess, opinion or feelings on homebrew chapters. And I have trouble with rambling, if you haven't already been able to tell that. I have a lot of trouble with rambling about things. So when he had asked me about that, I was like, all right, don't go off on a tangent. And I think I still made it 2 comments. I think I still managed to comment twice on that back to him. But I am all for homebrew stuff. And one of my favorite things is, of course, the lore. Now, if you have a cool idea for some homebrew, you got an insignia, you got a name, you got a color scheme, but that's it. That's still cool in my book, man. That's awesome. I like it. But when someone can really come up with some honestly tangible lore, that tickles my fancy even more, because I'm like, great, you actually put in some like real honest to God thought. Not saying that if you didn't do it, you didn't put any thought into it. What I mean is, you took the time to sit there and try to work it into the working universe as it is, which is, I believe it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when the universe is just so packed as it is. But it can be pretty easy, especially if you pick the right founding, depending on what you're doing. So, like, you want to have fun with it, pick the curse founding, and there you go. You can go a lot of different directions with that. But if you really want to do something crazy, I guess, and go with any direction, say if you can't pick who the gene seed is, I mean, hell, dude, you can always just go with the with unknown founding and just say screw it. I don't know what founding these guys are a part of. However, in my opinion, if you're going to go unknown founding, generally that means that your chapter is going to be a Primaris only chapter, which we already know I'm not the biggest fan of Primaris. I love the size of the models and everything, but I've always been a firstborn guy. I'm pretty sure that's just always going to be how it is. Don't get me wrong. I still love Primaris in their own right. Even Gabriel Seth has come around to liking Primaris and risking himself and his beloved guard, his sanguinary guard, to save them, you know, because they earned his respect and everything like that. But I mean, I think if you're going to pick the unknown founding, or no, it does. Sorry, brain workings are tough sometimes. It doesn't quite matter. They don't have to be a Primaris only. I guess that's the Indomitus founding, is they have to be Primaris, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, I know people that are just, they don't want anything else but Primaris. So I'm like, alright, I mean, cool for you. Especially if they're building the army, I can understand if you only want Primaris because they're bigger models to paint, like we just said. But yeah, I mean, hey, whatever. You do you, boo-boo. Alright, I haven't forgot about that little tuft of hair. I've just been kind of biding my time, letting that black really dry before I even try to mess with it. Alright. So let me get out. We're going to go with uniform gray, not ash gray, because ash gray is a little brighter than this. So we're going to go with uniform gray real quick and check that up. Put that over here next to the smaller throwaways. All right. Dry brushing for me, I feel like I used to be good at it, and now I've lost my touch at it because I kind of stopped. And go figure, if you don't practice, it won't stay. Your skill is just not going to stay with it. But here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. It looks a lot brighter to me, unless you can actually see how bright that is. But looking around the camera and everything, that is actually a pretty good brightness. I didn't want to go too bright with it. And that also means that we now don't have to put any of the cheat oil on there. Which, I left that over there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Whatever. We don't need it until later. Oh, man. I need a cushion for this chair, dude. I'm telling you. Alright, where'd I put my copper? Because I didn't forget about the gun. You're going to have to move again. Where's my little brush? There you is. Alright. Copper. Copper, come here. It's almost threatening to dry up on me. So. we're just getting in here and doing these bullets. I used to just do it all silver, and it always bugged me because I was like, something just looks like it's missing, and it never really sank in that, yeah, they have some brass casing. However, if anybody knows their guns and whatnot, I'm sure it's not true with everything, and please, God, don't mistaken me for any kind of expert. I don't claim to be an expert, especially when it comes to guns. But I remember some of the quote-unquote dirty rounds that we had were brass casing. And, you know, the better rounds, quote-unquote better, were always steel casing. So it kind of makes sense to me if the Imperium only used steel casing. However, if the Imperium also said, no, hell no, we don't got time or money for that, we're just mass produce, here's your brass casing, shut up, you need to be cleaning your weapons religiously anyway, I wouldn't doubt that either, because let's face it, it's the Imperium. So either explanation works for me, I don't care. All right. Looking pretty decent, I guess, for government work. Looks like we had missed a spot right there with the black, but that's okay. But yeah, the brass casing, or copper in this case, on the bullets, one, just gives a nice contrast in there for the magazine and everything, but two, it just, I don't know, I guess it looks more believable. It's hard to words. I'm liking it. All right, music change. We're going to go, hey, what do you know? Foo Fighters. All right. I know we haven't touched this chainsword at all. I mean, well, I did the pommel. Whoop-de-friggin' do. But that's okay. I'm trying to figure out what we are going to do next. And we're almost at that 30-minute mark. You know what? Until I decide what we're going to tackle next, we might continue with some iron on here. Is my iron... Oh, no, we haven't started the iron yet. Yeah. Man, we are all over the place today, aren't we? All the joys of painting. Oh, the jigga joys. I need some more gold in those spots. So why don't we get that, and then we'll call it. Boop. Here we go. All right. That is much better. And we might as well touch up under there. I pointed that out before. As you can see, my pinky balancing on pinky. Got some pinky on pinky action. All right, we'd be there. Cool. Model's still coming together. We haven't put everything together just yet. We are getting there. Probably just gonna throw the leg on there, and then that'll be good to go. So yeah, this glue is almost out, which honestly, with everything that I've been painting, I ain't shocked. A little too much glue. There we go. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we got everything in between his legs really good and going. And we do that. And since we got him here, our final touches is going to just be that knee. And then, yes, we will call it. And, of course, a call to arms. If you guys liked the video, then for one, thank you. Or you're welcome. Either way, I very much appreciate you tuning in and watching. Really cool if you're painting along to let me know what you're painting or what you painted. Especially if you were speed painting, you probably get 2 or dare say even 3 models done in the time that I get this done. Either way, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next round, and may the Void Father guide your brush. Take it easy, y'all.